Here is an upper body push session I did a couple of weeks ago, and I just thought I'd record it and put it up on YouTube. And it's pretty simple. It's bench press, some ring dips, and ring tricep extensions. And usually when I train upper body, I keep it simple, but I usually do some pull as well. In this session I didn't for some reason. I can't remember why. But it's not something to overthink, really. Maybe a day or two before I did a lot of heavy pull-ups or something. So, bench press for me is, I'm pretty good at it because, I don't know, I've been doing it for a couple of decades. And for some reason when I was a kid, I started doing a lot of push-ups. So I developed this big chest. And maybe because everyone, when I was like a young teenager, everyone was commenting on my pecs, that I kind of bought into this kind of, oh yeah, I'm the guy with big chest, so, you know, I'm obviously going to do lots of bench pressing or something. I don't know, but I actually enjoyed it anyway. So I'm cursed with, as someone would say, chicken fillets. Okay, well, I'm talking shit now. Anyway, you've just seen my warm-up. It's pretty simple. And then warm up with the bench, with the bar. If I was doing a warm-up for any exercise, and I had to warm up for 20 minutes or 30 minutes just to feel good, I wouldn't be doing the session. So my warm-ups are simple, because if I start with the bar on the bench, without any of that banded stuff, and it doesn't feel good, there's something wrong with my shoulder, I just won't bench. Like, I won't push myself to do any of this stuff. If there's a bit of pain, I'll maybe do some rehab stuff on the shoulder, and I do something else. Like, I might do some, maybe just arms, or maybe shoulders feel good. So I never push myself through pain. I always do something else, or even just rest. But generally I can do something. So yeah, I use the bar. I put on 60, then 80, then 90. And it depends on how I feel in the day. I don't have like a strict measurement of how many reps I do, but it's usually around 2 or 3, or maybe even 1. And I think I worked up to 135 in this session. I'm not sure. I think that's 90 plus another 40. Yeah. So 130. And I think I maxed out on this one. Yeah, that's pretty solid. And then this is lower again, maybe 120. I did a couple. Anyway, benching, I've never felt like it really made me stiff or tight or reduced my shoulder mobility, because I might do a lot of benching, but I do a lot of pull-ups, a lot of shoulder work, a lot of rotational stuff as well. So it just keeps my shoulders healthy, and I just feel stronger and stronger. So it's a nice way to measure strength. And I'm 38 years old now, and I feel like I'm getting stronger. So I know strength kind of can peak in your mid to late 40s, but see how it goes. If I'm only benching 160 in 2 years' time, that doesn't seem like a lot of progress, but I'll be 40 years old benching 160 kilos and probably be pretty happy with that. Anyway, I'm doing ring dips here. This is actually great for shoulder mobility. So I get really deep, get a big deep stretch in the shoulder. I wouldn't start off with that depth if you're a total beginner, and I remember being very stiff before I ever got into rings, but they definitely helped my shoulder mobility and like tendon and just joint strength in general. And then this is a nice one. So you just get a nice deep stretch again, and then it hits the tricep. So I just rep out loads of these, and it's a big burn at the end of the session. So I generally don't do a session where it's just all upper body push. I usually balance it with some pull stuff, ring rows or ring pull-ups, or just normal pull-ups, or dumbbell bent over row or something if I'm doing bench press, or some shoulder stuff. So that's basically the session, and I think it took about 45 minutes because I rested a lot in between all my sets. All right, there we are.